Three-time Super Bowl champion, host of ESPN, and proprietor of Club Shay Shay and Nightcap, Shannon Sharpe was fired. In fact, he was fired 3 times. He was cut by the Ravens, he was let go by CBS, and he was let go by Fox by popular host Skip Bayless. But here's the thing, he recovered, and so will you. You're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video, because I'm gonna give you 5 tips to help you recover from a layoff or a firing at work. But first, let's hear from Shannon.
But when you get released, you're like, well, damn. I had the second most catches in the NFL for a tight end, had the second most yards.
Right.
Like, damn. Then you go and, you think you're doing good and you think you're getting better in your craft at CBS, and they say, well, we want to move in a different direction. And then the same thing happened at Fox, and you're like, well, damn.
Center yourself. Guys, the journey ahead is gonna be difficult. There's absolutely no way to sugarcoat that. You're going to need to be as centered and as focused as humanly possible to even have a shot at success. I'm gonna give a warning before we start. If you skip this step, you will fail. The reality is you're not in a healthy place, and you need to find things to center yourself to put you back on track. So tactically, here's a few things you can try. Number 1, of course, lean into your religion. If you're religious, read, study, pray, commune, whatever it takes to deep dive into that, do it. If you have a great network of friends who believe in you, I want you to pick up the phone every time you're feeling down and call. I don't want you to text. I want you to hear the voice of the person on the other side, and I want those conversations and support to center you. And lastly, this is a great time to physically center yourself with taking care of your body. Eating right, dieting, exercising, all that great stuff will give you the fuel you need to be successful and make you feel like a winner even before you are. Chart your path. If you don't know where you're going, you're lost before you even get started. The reality is, most of us feel like we know what we want, but we actually don't know what that thing is. Let me help you get there. The best way to do that is to figure out what gives you energy and combine that with figuring out what you're great at. Here's a couple things that give me energy: working with my friends, starting new things, solving hard problems, and coaching, training, and developing. Here's what I'm good at: leadership, product development, innovation, public speaking, emotional intelligence. If I combine all those things, there's a multitude of paths that could fill my cup and my pockets. I could be a career coach. I could be an executive. I could be a VR tuber. See what I'm getting at? Let your skill sets and your passion combine to put you on the right path. You got to use what you have to get what you want. In a lot of ways, that means, man, you're born or have experienced or have gathered a bunch of things that give you an unfair competitive advantage. You may have gotten a bunch of money from a layoff or a severance. You may come from a family with great support and a great network. You may look super good, and that may be your unfair competitive advantage. The point is, I want you to figure out what it is, and I want you to use it like a sword. Because now that you've centered yourself and you know what you want, you're identifying the tools that you're gonna use to get you on your path. For instance, if you're leaving a job you hate to be a fitness influencer, and you were born with the unfair competitive advantage of looking good and keeping a six-pack with doing the bare minimum, and you now have a severance from a job that you hated because you were laid off, oh boy, man, you can really cook. You start combining those two things and it's magic. And put a little elbow grease and hard work in there, and before you know it, you're well on your path to starting your new journey. Find your unfair competitive advantage and don't be ashamed to use it. For those who don't know what their unfair competitive advantage is, because I promise everyone has one, ask 10 people what they love about you. And then ask those same 10 people what things in your life make them jealous about your life. Try it out. Ask for help. Guys, closed mouths do not get fed. Pride is the big derailer here, because it will ruin you and your ability to ask for help. No one, and I repeat, no one is above asking for help. And if you're one of those people like myself who get embarrassed from asking for help because we feel like we shouldn't have to ask for help, let me help you out. Nobody cares about you or thinks about you as much as you think they do. How do I know that? Because 1, they have their own things going on. And 2, personal experience. I've been laid off, and one of the most enlightening conversations from being laid off came from a friend who said, RP, not only did you make a meaningful impact while you're here, I'm actually jealous of the position you're in right now. You get to kill all the noise and the nonsense and focus on the path forward. And I know you're gonna be successful. Guys, at the end of the day, you're gonna die. Nobody cares. Shed the pride and ask for help. People love helping people that are on a new journey. And you know how we feel about a redemption story. Try it out, and I bet you'd be surprised with the results. 10x your efforts. The reality is, most people want to be successful, but they're not doing nearly enough to prove that they want to be successful. Here's what often happens. People get laid off or they get fired, and they start the job search. They do 10 applications and receive 10 rejections. Quick. They reach out to 10 recruiters and none of them respond. They hit up their network and they think they're gonna get referrals, and only one of them may pan out. It starts to get discouraging fast, and that's when people start to fall off the tracks. Because number one, it feels bad to get rejection. It hurts your value and you feel worthless. I totally get that. But the reality is, when you compare people who have moved on to new situations, whether it be a new job, a new career, a new hobby, it has taken a significant amount of effort, time, energy, and resources to get there. And let me help you out. You're not gonna be any different. So I want you to take out a spreadsheet, piece of paper, Notion, whatever piece of low tech or high tech you want to use, and I want you to track 1 day's worth of your effort and write everything you've done to accomplish your goal down that day. Then I want you to look at the top 3 things that you believe are going to get you on your path to success, and I want you to 10x the amount of those things that you do. If you want to be a YouTuber, go from shooting 1 video a week to 10, and I guarantee you will see some form of traction and success. And if nothing else, you'll learn what you need to get traction or success. The reality is, you're just not doing enough. Let me be the first one to tell you so you can get healed. 10x it. Look, y'all, getting laid off or fired is never easy. Don't let it discourage you. Don't let it take away your self-worth and your value. You are not the value of your job, and you're not the value of your title. People love you for being you. So as always, you can do anything with God and hard work. Don't get comfortable. My name's RP. Peace.